Welcome to the Real Facts on Real Estate podcast, presented by Sean Patrick Maloney. In this series, we educate real estate agents on how to find success in the industry and grow their wealth to six-figure commissions and beyond. Now here is your host, Sean Maloney.
Welcome to episode 281, Man in the Mirror. I'm your host, Sean Patrick Maloney. Thanks for joining me this week. Guys, I want to go over a serious subject. It's the subject of self. It's something I honestly, personally, have found a big challenge with over the years. I've been dishonest with myself at times. I've been ashamed of myself at times. I've been proud of myself at other times. And it's so funny how we go through all these emotional battles and we think to ourselves, we're all alone and we're the only one going through this. So I figured today, do an episode, just kind of go over that. So when things don't go your way, especially in real estate, it's easy to reflect outward on everything that went wrong. Blaming someone else for the issues, it's a natural human reaction. So whether it be, the list agent, they couldn't get me the appointment time I want, that's why my deal didn't happen, or they didn't take my offer because of this or that, there's so many things we can say, but truthfully speaking, a lot of times we got to learn to just kind of take life more serious, but also failure less serious, in the idea of it's just showing us what didn't work, and it's time to move on. When we take more time to look at ourselves inward and what we could do differently, that's when we find success. Myself, I know I was doing a lot of bad habits, spending a lot of time doing things that I called being busy or work. But the truth is, now that I've taken some time to really look in the mirror, I'm saying to myself, you're here at this time in your life because of the decisions you made and not the decisions other people made. The things that you chose to do are the reason that you're exactly where you are. And as soon as I really started being honest with myself like that and really reflecting like that, which I've been doing for about 6 months now, I started seeing some serious gains, and gains in all sorts of parts of my life. Because the more honest I was with myself, the more I appreciated other people. And I realized that, each and every one of us are out there and we're just trying to do our best, right? No one goes out, very few people, I should say, go out and think to themselves, I can't wait to fail today. I can't wait to let people down. I'm going to intentionally mess this up just to mess with other people. Nope. The truth is, every single one of us gets up every day and thinks to ourselves, I hope I do well today. I really don't want to embarrass myself. I can't be that guy. I can't be the weak one. I need to succeed. I want to make money. I want to have time off so I can spend time with my friends and family. And I want to have just enough money so I can have some food and maybe some travel. That's all I want. I just want to find success. So when we look at people that way, we realize, how do we be more helpful to everyone else around us? And how can we be the one pulling success with us? How can we drag others into the success? How can we help everybody? If a person seems to be always late, maybe tell them to be, hey, I'll see you at 7 and pick them up at 7:15. Learn to work with the circumstances you have instead of blaming everyone else. Because once something happens more than once, we already know that it's going to happen. We can then project and we can do better. So I've learned to say to myself, okay, what do I set for expectations? Well, when I set realistic expectations, then I find success. But when I constantly set unrealistic expectations, I constantly find stress. And that's a really important thing to remember. It's like, did you really think it was going to work out? Did you truthfully look at everything? Did you do the math? Did you pay attention? And a lot of times, the answer is no. A lot of times, the night before, we may have gone out and had some drinks, or we hung out with friends too late, or we enjoyed time with a loved one. Then we go to work and we're in a rush. We're late to our own open house. We're late to our own showing. We're late to our own team meeting. We can't make time for team meeting. Our kids' practice and different things have creeped up on us. We don't have time to mow the lawn. We have all these different things, and we have so many different people we can blame. Oh my God, the kids' practice, the kids this, the kids that. Well, when you had kids, did you start getting up a few hours early and taking some self-accountability and getting other things done? If you did, great job. If you didn't, well, did you change anything you could? Not everything can be fixed, guys, but the moral of the story is things like looking at yourself in the mirror are so important. And you have to truly do it in a way that a lot of people struggle with, right? When you look in the mirror, you have to see what's really there. There are people that are so hard on themselves. They see such worse things than they actually have in the mirror. And then there's people the complete opposite that lie to themselves and allow them to see something different than what's there. Think about yourself as maybe like if you were God or if you were some higher power being and you were looking down, what's honestly there? And that's one of the things that either direction, shift left, shift right, doesn't matter. You can really ruin yourself. Whether you're a person who thinks of themselves as ugly and terrible all the time, and you're overweight, and you're like, oh my God, I'm ugly and terrible. Well, you're just not making decisions that you want to make. So then you punish yourself for the decisions you didn't make. You can't do that. You gotta stop punishing yourself. You gotta stop being serious about those sides. You gotta reward yourself. You gotta reward yourself with the exercise and the food you want. You gotta reward yourself if you were late to appointments by being on time. Get yourself a watch. Get yourself on time. Put your priorities first. But the biggest thing that really comes from all of them, no matter what you do, no matter what your habit is, if it's a habit of, just staying too late, you just have to admit it. Look at yourself and think, how do I correct this in the future? And how much does it matter to me? Because I stress, do not say you want to fix something you don't want to fix. Because guess what? Once you tell other people about it, they're going to ride you. And you're going to be annoyed. You're going to be annoyed because you don't do what you said you were going to do. Don't say you're going to do something you're not going to do. So my recommendation is say things that are going to be challenging and do them. Follow through, not just look at it and say, okay. Because life, guys, it flies by. I'm almost 40 years old, right? This year I'll be 40 years old. Can't even believe it. I felt young for so long, and it's not that I'm old, but I look back and I say, how could I have, been more honest with myself to where I am today, and how could I have taken myself further? But the truth is, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be, and I know that, and I'm happy where I'm at. And guess what? I'm just going to keep paying attention to myself, being more introspective, and looking towards what can I do to find myself happiness and also find myself success. Guys, I hope this helps you. This is something I wanted to share with you. I really appreciate the feedback if you get any. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already done so, make sure to subscribe to the podcast, subscribe to our newsletter, check us out on the web, realfactsonrealestate.com, and I look forward to talking to you next week.